Hey, my 2nd through 5th grade leaders, welcome and happy after Thanksgiving. Thank you guys so much for being here this week. We are going to dive into week number 4 of November. And this week we are talking about make a habit of being grateful. So we're wrapping up the Grateful series. And with this making a habit of being grateful, we're going through the story of how Jesus in the Last Supper kind of redid what it meant to do Passover. And this Passover was all about remembering Jesus now because he's the one who is our ultimate savior and sacrifice, right? And so because of this, we can make a habit of being grateful for everything that God has done. And this is kind of where the, praying at the dinner table or whatever comes into play, or praying every time you eat kind of thing. Why? Because it is a good time to remember God and remember what he has done. And so we're just going to be talking about different habits and how we can create a habit of thankfulness, no matter what habit it may be, whether it's eating or whether it's doing something else. And so this first one, you'll have one of these like little instruction sheets for the origami kindness kind of thing. And what you're doing is you're going to have them, fold out of this, make it into where it's supposed to be at the bottom. And then down here, they're supposed to write things inside of each flap that are kindness, different acts of kindness inside of each flap, if you will. And so some suggestions are on your paper as well, like tell a joke, help someone, say thank you. Make sure it is something that is kind and not something that is unkind, because that would defeat the whole point of doing it in church. So then that's going to be your first activity. Play around with that for a little bit. Those are really fun to play with and the kids love it. And then if you have time to go through the second activity, go through that too. This one, you're going to have to give them a piece of paper and you're going to set a timer for 1 minute. And what you're going to say a color of something. And then they're supposed to look around the room for anything in that color and write it down, or anything outside the room, like, if they can think of other things that are that color. And the goal is to think about all these different things that maybe we don't always notice, but if we do an activity like this, we remember how thankful we can be for that thing, right? Or for that person or for that whatever. And so that's the goal there. Then you're going to go off to the Bible story and hear that. And in the Bible story, it also goes all the way back to the Israelites and the origin of Passover. And so then you're going to come back and play charades. And so with the charades, you'll have each have your group get into pairs. Everybody's got a partner or whatever. So they find a partner, and then you're going to give one of those partners one of these cards. They're supposed to act out to the rest of the group whatever the card says. Okay. And so have them be, have them have a lot of fun with this or whatever. But as they do this, they're trying to guess, the rest of the group is trying to guess what's happening from that card without actually looking at the card, because they're just looking at the acting. Okay. So have them do that. It'll be a lot of fun. And then you have some good discussion questions at the bottom of that. But again, it is just kind of the recapping of the story, and continue to say that bottom line of we're going to make a habit of being grateful. And then your next activity, you have kind of like this morning, midday, like lunchtime, and the nighttime thing. And I want you to have them think about different things that they can be thankful for in those moments. And so it could be some different ideas of how they can be grateful no matter what they're doing. And so basically in the morning, what can you be thankful for? Lord, I thank you for waking me up this morning, for giving me another day of life. In the middle of the day, thank you for my food because I'm eating lunch right now, right? In the nighttime, thank you so much for my family. Thank you for the community that you've placed me around, that kind of thing. Those are the kind of things that you want them to write down on that paper and then take that home so that they can remember to be grateful in those moments. Your next activity is the memory verse activity, and you're going to have, it says to use floor tape and some beanbag, and in the floor tape you make a heart, a small heart with the tape, and then a big heart, and wherever the beanbag lands determines what they do. You can do it with the heart on the floor with the tape if you want to. Just don't forget to tear up the tape if it's after second service. And or you can also do it where one kid is sitting, or one kid is further away with their hands like this, and one kid is a little bit closer, and whichever one that they make it in, they have to do that. Be creative on how you determine what they do, right? But if they land in the thing that is closer, then they get to read the memory verse, then they get to recite the memory verse, or choose someone else to recite the memory verse from memory if they can. If it lands in the bigger one, in the one further away, whichever it may be, the heart or doing the person hoops, whatever it may be, then they can read the memory verse from the Bible. So go ahead and have the Bible ready for them to read that memory verse out loud. And again, this is just repeating the memory verse over and over so that they can get it inside their heads. And a lot of them should know that by now since it's week number 4. So have them do that. Then your last activity is your prayer and dismissal activity with a bookmark coloring page. So each kid will get one of these bookmarks. They can decorate it however they want to decorate it, and then have them take this home as well. But when they are doing this, you're going to be praying as well on different things that they can be thankful and grateful for. And that's it for this week. Everyone, thank you guys so much for all that you guys do. We love you guys, and we'll see you in a little bit.